Okay, Robert Eagleson here with the Hook and Hackle Club from Calgary. Today we're going to do a very interesting take on the old Squirmy Wormie. So everybody's familiar with the Squirmy Wormie material here. I'm not sure what it is, silicone or something, but it's kind of a neutral buoyancy in the water, kind of hangs and moves. It's a good fly. The difficulty, of course, we have when we tie this fly is that this material is so soft and the thread cuts right through it. To alleviate that problem, we've tied it with dubbing on the shank and a number of different things, but I've had these flies tied up in my box, and when I go to use them, the thread is still somehow cut through them. So this problem completely eliminates that, and it's kind of an interesting version. So let's get started. So I have a size 12 scud hook. I've smashed the barb. I have a 1/8 inch tungsten bead, 3.2 millimeter tungsten bead on there. I'm using 6/0 thread. So I'm just going to start my thread there behind that bead, clip my excess. I am using something called stretch cord. This is a 1 millimeter in diameter stretch cord. I'm pretty sure I picked this up at a bead shop here in town. So I've just clipped off a length of this stuff. It's clear, which I think is important. I'm going to take that blunt end. I'm just going to pinch it between my fingers, put my scissors in there, and what I'm trying to do is just clip that off so the point is not blunt anymore. It's got a bit of a point to it. I'm going to stick that point inside my bead, and then I'm just going to pull back on that stretch cord as I bring it down. Okay, I'm just going to tip that bead a little bit in my vise, and then I'm going to make a loop back here. So I can adjust that loop. That doesn't look too bad. Alright, so I want a fairly small loop. Might be just a touch big. Let's try to shorten that up a bit. Alright, I think that's better. Alright, let's just straighten my hook out again, and I'm just going to kind of pull that stretch cord along the side of the hook as I wrap forward. Until I get right up behind that bead. And once I'm behind that bead, now I need to make another loop. And we'll put that loop right up on top. And then again, stretch that cord back all the way to the bend. Let's clip that off. And then we're just going to do some wraps in here to cover up that cord. I don't know how tight these wraps have to be, but that looks pretty good. Find my whip finisher, and we will just whip finish that off. Clip my excess. And then we're going to find my Squirmy Wormie material. So we're going to take a strand of the Squirmy Wormie stuff, and we will just even that up. And then we're just going to clip that off. So we end up with a length of Squirmy Wormie material. So now what I've got here is a dental floss threader, and I'm just going to stick that up my back loop, load my Squirmy Wormie material, and then I'm just going to pull it through that loop. Just thread it through the front loop. And we will just thread this through those two loops. So there we have it. So that is all there is to that fly. So these just will not pull out because the material is so stretchy. And if that fly should ever wear out, chewed up, you can easily replace it. I just think this is a very, very interesting take on the Squirmy Wormie. Squirmy Wormie comes in colors, natural and kind of an orange. Also comes in purple, more blue on the camera, but it's purple. Anyway, very interesting take on the old Squirmy Wormie. So I think it's worth taking a shot. Thanks for watching.